The Dallas Mavericks get the first overall pick and draft Victor Wembanyama. Well, I might just do something mean, like throwing this guy across the room.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Dallas Mavericks fans, or maybe fans of any other team that are coming here and thinking, man, if Dallas ends up winning the first overall pick and drafts Victor, what the deuce? I'm sure we would all be very angry. So I'm going to go over this article I found from Bleacher Report that did a hypothetical situation. What if every lottery team hit the jackpot and got Victor Wembanyama? And the Dallas Mavericks is one that really stood out to me because they clearly tanked at the end of the year. And man, they would have an amazing 1-2-3 punch with Luka Doncic if Kyrie Irving stays and then Victor in there as well. Drop a comment down below if this did happen. How crazy mad would you be? Or if you're a Mavericks fan, how excited would you be? Hit that thumbs up. Do you like support a fellow Spurs fan or NBA fan? And subscribe for more NBA and or Spurs and or whatever, UFC as well, content. Anyway, let's get into the article. The Dallas Mavericks. They have a 3% chance at getting number 1 overall. So you're saying there's a chance. And their biggest draft need? Defense, and more defense. All right, well, landing Victor Wembanyama doesn't offset the void left by trading Dorian Finney-Smith. For all his positional range, the Dallas Mavericks shouldn't take a 7'4" rookie with a developing body and throw him on the opposition's best player. That is true. Still, he's going to give them a giant-sized rim protector in the paint. Wembanyama should be able to pitch around the rim, just said that, where the Mavs are also exceedingly vulnerable. After the Kyrie Irving trade, they ranked 18th in the share of opponent shots that came at the rim, and the 70.3 percentage clip that they gave up there was 28. So they were giving up a lot of points in the paint. That was worded a little odd, but they gave a lot of points in the paint and short. Victor has the length, speed, and coordination to deter and disrupt close-range opportunities. Absolutely. He is, what, 7'4", 7'5", feels like he's still growing. His wingspan is, what, 8 feet? So just standing there and letting him go in full pine tree mode, that's a lot. That's going to be a lot to get around, as his hands, I got to think, are going to be above the rim or pretty darn close. So that is really going to change the trajectory of a shot, and he certainly can help a team that needs defense in the paint. Anyone that's hoping to see Victor Wembanyama have carte blanche over the offense, i.e. meaning the number one, he's going to be the number 1 guy in offense, that's not going to happen with the Mavericks if he gets drafted by them. Kyrie, if he's re-signed, and Luka would be above him in the pecking order, as they say. But that's not necessarily a bad thing for a rookie to not have to shoulder the responsibility of carrying the offensive load, or the team trying to have him shoulder that load. That could be preferential, as they say here on Bleacher Report. Wembanyama would get the chance to own his play finishing skills while capitalizing on more favorable matchups and higher quality looks. And being on Dallas, if Kyrie comes back, I don't know, Mavericks fans, do you want him back? Are you done with him after the little bit he was there? He didn't play bad for you guys, right? I didn't watch really any Mavericks games after the trade. From what I understand, offensively it was fine. It's just the team defense, as they mentioned here, was abysmal. That being said, if he can go to a team like Dallas, where he doesn't have to, I want to get this picture straight here, where he doesn't have to be the number 1 option, would that be beneficial for him? Absolutely. Takes the pressure off, whereas if he comes to my San Antonio Spurs, he probably going to be the number 1 option at times. I got to think if the Spurs draft him, they're starting him. We've talked about it before on this channel, probably starting him at power forward at the 4 spot, and you're going to have Jeremy Sohan running point forward. That could be incredibly awesome to watch, or an unmitigated disaster. But what would be a disaster for me, and this is going to be a short video today, but I thought this was interesting to talk about and see what you guys feel. Drop Victor right in there. If it is Luka, Kyrie, and then Victor. This team was a playoff team for most of the season, and then the thing just started falling apart at the end, and then they just, of course, they threw everything away to become a lottery team. At least I didn't see their games, but from what I'm reading, they did clearly tank at the end. I get it, but I also don't like it. And they have a legit shot. Yes, it's only 3%. But there's still a chance, albeit a small one, still a chance they could get the number 1 overall pick. And this situation, granted, we had better chances in the 97 draft, but the San Antonio Spurs had an all-star top player on their team in David Robinson that missed a ton of time for injury. Robinson came back, granted he was older and not quite the same player, well, definitely not the same player as MVPers, but still, the San Antonio Spurs were able to match up a young rookie, a very talented young rookie, with David Robinson. Looking at the Mavericks, they were to match up, or team up, if you will, a young rookie in Victor Wembanyama with a player like Luka Doncic, could that just be what the Mavericks need to get to be a top 5 team in the Western Conference, a top 3 team? Who knows? Kyrie stays. Would he end up being the best team in the Western Conference? I know defense is a major issue, and I don't watch a lot of Mavericks content or games, but I know one of the big issues is Luka, while as good as he is on offense, not the best on defense. That being said, if he can get some help defensively, I don't know. Just kind of brainstorming here. I just know I don't want to see this three-headed monster, if these two stay together, and Victor on the court against my team. And I got to think, if you're a fan of the Rockets, you're a fan of the Pistons, this would be an absolute nightmare scenario as well, going through just a season of losing, loss after loss after loss. You're thinking, number 1 draft pick, baby. And, you know, if as Spurs fans, if the Pistons get it, I wouldn't like it, but I'd be like, okay, they're the worst team in the NBA. It is what it is. If the Rockets get it, I would hate it more because they're, you know, Western Conference rival, but it is what it is. They sucked too. But then a team like this, clearly has the talent on the roster, has a superstar already, by the way. My team, San Antonio Spurs, we don't have a superstar. We have players that I like, of course. I like them all, but do we have a household name? No. Luka Doncic, and if you follow the NBA even casually, you know who he is. And then you get a second player who is a household name like Victor, and then if Kyrie says, you see what I'm saying here? Come on. No number 1 pick to these guys. But if it happens, you're going to see many fans, including myself, go full rage mode. That's all I got. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, have a great Friday. And even though it's technically not, it is a Spurs video, but it's not a Spurs video, it's going to end like a Spurs video. Go Spurs, go!
I don't ever slow up.
That was the wrong video. Try it again. Go Spurs, go!